Hello and welcome to another video that is set to change your financial future forever. Are you ready to find out about the surprising signs implying that you may be facing financial challenges in 2023? If so, you'll find out how to better handle your funds and how to take immediate action to transform your financial difficulties into financial victories. We make an effort to provide you with the most up-to-date and relevant information to assist you in understanding the ever-changing financial industry. Therefore, like and subscribe now to keep yourself in the loop on our latest videos. Let's get started. Doing multiple jobs or working long hours is the first sign of financial difficulty. It implies that you're unable to pay your present financial obligations with your current income. In other words, you're working multiple jobs or putting in extended hours as your principal source of money is insufficient. Regardless of the source, you're unable to make ends meet with your existing salary and must thus work extra to compensate. Working several jobs or long hours can also be detrimental to one's physical and mental health. It can cause tension, exhaustion, and burnout, affecting your ability to fulfill your work obligations efficiently. Okay, imagine yourself on a boat in the center of the ocean, attempting to reach the other side despite severe winds and big waves. You're paddling as hard as you can, but it does not seem like you've been making any progress. Financial difficulties might feel similar. You're doing your best to make ends meet, but it appears as if you're merely treading water and not progressing. So, how can you reach the other side and achieve financial stability? One solution is to change your sail, which involves looking for methods to boost your income or decrease your costs in order to make your financial voyage simpler. It is critical to remember that the road to financial security is not always easy, but with persistence and inventiveness, you can traverse the winds and seas and arrive at your objective. Paying bills late or incurring late fees and penalties is our second sign of financial difficulty, and it is for a variety of reasons. For starters, it might suggest that you lack the money to pay your expenses on time. If you're trying to make ends meet, you may prioritize other costs such as food, rent, or medical bills above those that can wait. This can create a vicious cycle of late payments and debt accumulation. Second, repeatedly paying bills late may indicate an absence of financial management abilities. It can result in the accumulation of late fees and penalties, which can rapidly build up and make it much more difficult to catch up on payments. It may appear difficult at first, but with persistence and the correct tools, you can convert this financial battle into a success. The first course of action toward financial success is assessing your existing financial status. This entails keeping track of your spending, comprehending your income and bills, and developing a budget that works for you. You can better handle your finances and prevent overspending if you know precisely the amount that comes in and goes out each month. When it comes to healthcare, a lack of willingness to seek medical care or treatment is frequently a symptom of financial difficulty. While there may be a variety of reasons for this hesitation, the primary cause is frequent financial restrictions, and it is the third sign. The expense of medical treatment is one of the primary reasons individuals are afraid of seeking it. Healthcare may be costly, and folks in financial difficulty might have no way to pay the out-of-pocket fees connected with doctor's appointments, tests, and treatments. One may opt to avoid medical care entirely in order to save money in rare instances. So instead of allowing financial restraints to prevent you from getting critical medical treatment, handle your healthcare bills strategically. Investigate your healthcare alternatives, including preventative treatment, which can help you save money in the long term. By taking control of your healthcare, you will be able to make educated decisions that will improve both your health and your wallet. Moving on to the next sign, canceling or delaying travel plans and vacations. When finances are limited, luxury like holidays are sometimes put on hold. It is not that you lack the desire to travel or take a vacation from your everyday routine. This is simply because you cannot afford it. You cannot avoid feeling a tinge of sadness as you unwillingly press the cancel button on your flight reservation. You imagine how wonderful it would be to be able to go everywhere without a concern in the world, to have the financial flexibility to experience new destinations and customs. Yet for the time being, you must accept the hard fact that cancelling or postponing your trip plans is an essential step in regaining control of your money. Rather than focusing on what you cannot do, consider what you can achieve with the money you save. Exploring local locations that you may have ignored previously is one approach to convert this scenario into a pleasant experience. Take a road trip to a neighboring state or national park. Explore local museums or sites, or learn about local food and culture. Another method to make the most out of this dilemma is to invest in yourself with the money you save. Learn a skill online, establish a passive income or service, or save for a down payment on a new house. You could transform this setback into a chance to develop and progress by concentrating on both your professional and personal development. The fifth sign is the lack of access to emergency funds to cover unexpected expenses. It might be tough to save enough money for an emergency fund when you're living paycheck to paycheck. Even if you manage to set aside some money, unanticipated bills might quickly deplete your funds. In the absence of an emergency fund, you may be compelled to rely on high-interest loans or credit card debt in order to cover the bills. This can also result in a vicious cycle of financial distress and nervousness. The inability to access emergency money can be a scary and stressful scenario, but there are a few options that could really help you in creating a safety net for unforeseen bills. One effective suggestion is to set up a fund, which is a totally separate savings account for unexpected costs or emergencies. By putting away a small sum of cash every month, you will gradually build up a fund that could cover unforeseen bills. Another option is to seek the assistance of a financial professional who can assist you in developing a specific plan for accumulating an emergency fund and achieving financial security. They can guide you with developing a budget, researching investment possibilities, and determining how to lay a sound financial foundation. The sixth unexpected obvious sign of financial difficulty in 2023 is like being on a boat drifting down the river approaching a waterfall. At first, the water is calm and you start loving the ride, but then you see the current increasing up pace and you find yourself struggling to keep the boat on track. You begin paddling harder and harder, yet it remains useless. You're driving right for the waterfall, and you know that it will be a bumpy trip if you go over. This is how it feels to consistently overspend or consume more than you make each month. It may not appear to be a huge concern at first, yet as time passes, the situation gets increasingly perilous. You begin to feel as if you're battling to keep your head above the water, and you are unable to get back on track no matter what you do. So, how can you turn around and return to calmer waters? The first step is to make a budget. This may appear to be a difficult process, but knowing where your funds go each month is necessary. Examine your spending carefully to discover possibilities to save money, whether that involves sacrificing your daily cappuccino, preparing more home-cooked meals, or terminating a subscription service. Remember, neither Rome nor financial stability were created in a day. Changing your behaviors requires time, effort, and a willingness to change, but you can get there with a little wit and a lot of persistence. Last but not least, using credit cards to pay for basic necessities such as your groceries or utility bills. If you find yourself doing this, you are attempting to put out a fire using gasoline. That may appear to be a fast cure, but it will only make matters worse in the long term. Utilizing credit cards to meet your basic needs indicates financial difficulty. It indicates that your salary is insufficient to fulfill your basic necessities and you must rely on borrowed funds to make up the shortfall. It's all too easy to slip into the habit of depending on credit cards for everyday purchases. After all, it is indeed handy and you can always pay it off later. Yet, those interest costs may soon build up, and before you know it, you're drowning in debt. One way is to make a budget and prioritize spending so that fundamental necessities are met by income rather than credit. Also, exploring alternatives like debit cards or cash will assist reduce overspending and interest accumulation. For people who are currently in credit card debt, receiving help from a financial advisor or credit counseling organization can help them create a repayment plan and manage their money more successfully. And that's a wrap. We hope you found this video both educational and an eye-opener. Remember that staying cautious and aware is the key to overcoming financial challenges in 2023. You can avoid financial difficulties by keeping an eye out for the major warnings we discussed with you. So once again, press that like button and subscribe to our channel to remain up to speed on the newest financial news and tips. We thank you for sticking around and we will see you in the next one.